Welcome back to Hold, Flip or Dump, the latest episode in the show where we choose three tokens and we hold one, we flip one, and we dump one. And this week, Alex, I have got three tokens for you, and these are just three trending tokens. One of them is DEGEN on base, one of them is STRX, and the final one is prop base. Have you come across any of these before?
Not at all. Never heard of these. Surprises me sometimes the names of some of these tokens as well.
Yeah.
Just yeah, but yeah, looking forward to that. Before anything else, I've got a couple news to go through, and seems to be some problems for Ethereum. So we spoke about this last week. So is Ethereum in trouble? We spoke about the blobs last week, and this was supposed to be a great thing for Ethereum to reduce the transaction fees on the layer twos. However, check this out. So they actually went up to ridiculous prices where normally you have it does say around here, yeah, so about $18 when normally it would have been about a cent. So
Wow.
is this a bit of trouble for Ethereum? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Whenever you get any kind of new technological advancement on the blockchain, you'll get a load of developers trying to inscribe things into it. It doesn't matter how awkward or expensive it is to inscribe, people will try it. Um, so I am not a huge fan of inscriptions. I think it makes sense maybe on Bitcoin just because of the value of the Bitcoin blockchain, but trying to inscribe stuff into blobs on the Ethereum network is just a bit pointless. I think it's mostly a joke, right? I don't think this is actually going to take off, especially because blobs are temporary. So this isn't like something that's going to stick around. But I think what happens is you can inscribe a image or something else into a blob, and then it sticks around for a few hours or a few days. I can't remember what the lifespan of a blob is, and then it will like fall off the network. So I think this is probably a spike because a lot of DGens are having some fun with inscribing stuff in blobs. Hopefully this isn't a long-term problem for the network, but we'll see what happens on this. I think it's probably a fad that's going to be temporary. That's my take.
Okay, interesting. So at the back of this, the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik, he came out saying that layer twos should be improving their scalability to avoid this kind of thing. So there's been a bit of back and forth at the back of this comment, because something that is well known is, layer twos are scalable. The problem is not their scalability, but actually what could be the key problem is the fact that all layer twos are competing against one another. All the funds are not interoperable across. If you've got a liquidity pool and optimism, you cannot then bridge that easily to Arbitrum, for example, or you cannot access it quite quickly. And at the back of those comments, there's a bit more, couple more heated comments. So this is the Ethereum war. Here we go. So another slightly negative thing going on Ethereum. So the CEO of Polygon says that layer threes are useless, basically, and all they're going to be doing is extracting value from the main blockchain. So here we go. So more heat in the Ethereum ecosystem, where the CEO of the largest, I said layer two as well, Polygon. Here we go. So the layer threes, they're not. Here we go. That's the comment. Layer three networks are necessary to scale Ethereum and exist only to rob the mainnet of value. And this was on a public tweet. Here we go. So more competition in Ethereum. So it was not enough that layer twos were competing with one another and not being able to bring value to one another. But now you've got layer twos fighting against layer threes. So, Robert, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I think we'll see play out. Like layer twos are obviously going to be a little bit tetchy about newcomers, and that the whole business model of a layer two is to provide scale for the layer one. So it's a kind of an obvious take from the head of a layer two, or anyone involved in a layer two is going to be like, what? Why are we doing this? Um, but then we're seeing problems with layer two scaling as well. So it's not like the problem is solved. The last news article, the blob network slowdown was because of a new bottleneck. Up until this point, the bottleneck has always been layer one and the main chain. But actually, as more traffic and more transactions go onto layer twos, we're going to see other bottlenecks cropping up. So maybe we do need layer threes. Maybe we do need extra capacity, or maybe the layer twos will just continue to optimize. And I'm sure there's lots of low hanging fruits which they can use to speed things up. But yeah, I'm not gonna pass judgment on these layer threes yet. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. But it's definitely an interesting move. It's an interesting move in the market.
Yeah, so it seems that there's a lot going on Ethereum. Now, in terms of price, and again, not financial advice, one of the key analysis that has come up recently is that Ethereum's relative value against Bitcoin, is at the lowest it's been. It seems that it keeps losing value, and that's going to prevent the token itself from reaching incredible growth, just like we've seen on other tokens during this period. So, wondering, whether this is something that needs to be resolved from the core chain, because if you've got this fight going on, then you've got the lack of interoperability amongst your own network, plus now you've got your layer twos fighting with layer threes. Wondering if this is just going to be affecting overall Ethereum for the long term.
Yeah, it's a risk. I think like Ethereum, the Ethereum core team has basically washed their hands of everything that isn't really core functionality, which I think is a smart move. They're positioning themselves as just the architects of the main security, the main layer, the layer one, and then they're allowing the free market to deal with everything else, including scalability and processing and transactions and all of that stuff. When in terms of like the end user, it's unlikely in the future that we'll really be interacting directly with a layer one. So we're going to have to we definitely haven't got to the final form of this technology, and we're going to have to adapt, I think, as end users for some time yet. We're seeing layer twos popping up left, right, and center at the moment, and I think that will continue for a long time. But hopefully, the user experience will get better. That's one thing that's yet to really catch up on Ethereum, at least, is the user experience. But hopefully, we'll start converging on something that makes sense from a end user perspective as well.
Okay. Well, so let's close it with some more positive news. It's a bit happier. So if you're running a Telegram group chat, you can make now a lot of money. So Telegram is going to be giving away 50% of their revenue to group chats, to Telegram channels that have over 1,000 members. So now what this is going to be paid on is in Toncoin. So very interesting, because they're following a similar process that Twitter, or now X, followed, which is sharing the ad revenue with certain accounts. In particular, was verified accounts, I believe it is. And in this case, if you're running a community of at least 1,000 subscribers on your Telegram channel, you're eligible for your little bit of ton revenue. straight to your wallet, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that this is another way of adding more utility to the token and getting more engagement, and also getting people to use the wallet features within Telegram. But what do you think?
Yeah, this is a really smart move, I think. Yeah, basically, it's bringing in loads of people that might otherwise not be exposed to Toncoin, and also it's providing immediate utility for the token. So I think it's gonna do good things for the token price probably, and also it incentivizes people to use their app. Right, it's a direct incentive for it. It's gonna, I think, turbocharge the usage of Telegram. Um, so maybe we'll see WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger doing a similar kind of thing. As far as I know, they don't have tokens yet, but if you are running a big group and you're faced with a choice of doing it on Telegram and earning a little bit of crypto, or doing it on um, Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or Discord and not earning any crypto, then I think that's an easy decision to make. So we'll see what the actual effect of this is, but I suspect it might be a successful and profitable move for lots of people.
Yeah. Something I didn't know, and it's just right here, is that Telegram is the third largest messenger app, just behind WhatsApp and Snapchat. I didn't even know Snapchat was being used as a instant messaging app, but well, every day
Yeah, I
you learn
guess
something new. But
less groups are on. Like Snapchat's more one to one, I imagine. But I guess Telegram's competing with WhatsApp and Discord and Facebook Messenger more. So, but yeah, it was interesting going to conferences where, like crypto conferences, Telegram is the like messenger of choice. Whereas if you go to other conferences, LinkedIn even and other apps are used more. So initially, maybe this is targeted, rightly so, towards like the crypto natives, but this could be a good way of onboarding people. We spoke about this last time. The Telegram wallet is a fantastic way of getting non-crypto people into the crypto sphere without really having to do anything, because they've already got a wallet. It's tied to their Telegram accounts.
yeah, absolutely. So let's see what happens with that. Sounds really interesting, and potentially a way of capturing more users as well. Overall, maybe migrating users away from WhatsApp to use Telegram a bit more. So we'll see. But on that note, let's look into some of those tokens. So we've got what again? DGen base.
Yeah, we've got DGen base, which is the token ticker is just DGen.
Of
And
course it is.
this is a top performing one. I don't think it's a meme coin. So let's find out. I'm not 100%. I'll try and read out the description. DGen is an official token that was distributed to the community on decentralized social network Farcaster, which is the open source. I'm not sure if it's open source. Decentralized Twitter competitor.
Yeah.
DGen started as a reward token for participants in the Farcaster DGen channel. What began as a meme coin now boasts a substantial following of developers, crypto content creators, and enthusiasts who have bought into the coin. During its initial launch, 15% of the total supply was airdropped to active members of the Farcaster DGen channel, and there are plans to airdrop 70% of the token's total supply eventually. Okay, so this is for the DGens, by the DGens, and maybe there'll be some utility in the future. Right now, it just seems to be an airdrop, but obviously
Okay.
that was popular.
Yeah, so this happened not long ago, right?
If we go back to the
March,
maximum,
beginning of
January
March. Oh,
2024, I think. Yeah, it
yes,
looks like
you're
it
right.
has existed. It looks like the airdrop might have been more recent than that, I guess, but it does actually technically go back to January.
Yeah, no, I see it. And I say I've not heard of this. It's a bit difficult to keep up with um, everything that's going on with small cap tokens. But looking at this, and just when we spoke about layer threes. The DGen layer three chain is live now. So let's see what the CEO of Polygon thinks about this. But here we go. So turning content into a currency. So you get rewards for posting quality content, which I'd like to know how they value the quality of of their content. Is it based on engagement? I guess. Um, let's see. So we've got airdrops. What the chain is, bounties, and tokenomics. Okay. So again, do you know much about this, Robin?
No, I've learned about it for the first time today, so I'm not in that group, so I didn't get an airdrop. But it's obviously a very popular group.
Okay. So yeah, so different. So let me read this once again. So the token itself. Let's go back. Unofficial token. Okay, that's what I missed. So it's not official. Um, Participants for across the DEGEN channel. Okay. So I'm guessing there's just a way of bringing people to create content in mass, right? And I don't know, bring this channel to be the largest channel within Farcaster. Would
Yeah.
that be a fair assumption?
Yeah, I think it's kind of similar to what was that Reddit, that subreddit that airdropped a load of tokens to its community, and they were using that as a incentive to post on the community, and that was very popular for a long time. I assume it still is. So it's like a version of that on Farcaster, I guess, and kind of where social networks haven't. Some social networks have been trying to do this, where like you get rewarded for posting, rewarded in some sort of token. This seems to be a smaller experiment on the Farcaster ecosystem itself.
Hmm. Okay. What I'm surprised about is that this is not a Farcaster token, and they've got support from Bybit. They've got $20 million worth of trading volume in 24 hours. HST, I believe that's Huobi. I want to say, yeah, that's
Yes, I think
Huobi.
so.
And they also have, oh, actually, we've got it all here. So Bybit, Huobi, BitGet, Bitmarts. There's a lot of support from big exchanges for something that is supposed to be a unofficial token.
They must
So
get
I'm
some
guessing that
community
this is,
people in the channel, I guess.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. And something that's interesting is that maybe this is a sign of how much these exchanges are valuing the creator economy,
Hmm.
right? Because at the end of the day, this token is rewarded to people that are creating content for the DEGEN channel within Farcaster, right? So it's interesting that they're giving so much value to this. So maybe they know something that we don't.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess I'd like to know how many users are in um, um, in this channel. So they've got holders 105,000. Yeah, I guess I'd like to know a bit more about the channel itself, and yeah, just understanding what other utility there is here. Obviously, it's pumped along. Wondering if that's to do with the um, the fact that they've listed on major exchanges, but I don't know. I think it's quite an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think with any community-backed token like this, the power is in the community, and so I think if I was to consider getting this token, I'd have to go into the community, find out who's there, why are they there, how long term is this, how long has it been around for, what is the kind of engagements, and yeah, is this going to be around in the next 5 years, or is this just more of a cash grab?
Hmm. Okay. I mean, look at this. Just creating a meme. Check that out.
Yeah. The meme with the
So,
most upvotes by users with DGen tip allocations wins 100k DGen. I mean,
and the
that's
runner-up's
presumably quite a bit now.
25K. Yeah, considering the token price right now is 5 cents. So, what is that? $5,000 in total.
Yeah,
It's not
something like that.
bad, just for a meme. It's quite good. Okay, so but it seems that they're limiting. They're giving clear guidelines as to what gets rewarded what. So it's not you just create all sorts of content. You've got a particular reward for memes. You've got DEGEN frame. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but you get up to 1.5 million DEGEN. At this price will be like 10,000. I want to say $10,000. Well, my maths are terrible. Yeah, just over $10,000, and the second one will be, yeah, like about five. My maths are not doing great, but yeah, around that. In any case, it's a fair bit of money. But I'm wondering, I'm guessing that this is just based on community voting, so more than a um, creation content, just for a regular basis, it's just about a competition. Yeah, there we go. So voting results. So I'm guessing the community will vote. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Okay. Well, I think I've got all the information that I need. What about you, Robin?
Yeah, I think that we're probably going to see more of this as well. That would be my bet, is active crypto communities tokenizing and going more into rewarding their communities for engagement. We're already seeing it with the point system, but with layer 2 tokens and yeah, platforms like Base makes it a lot easier for communities to do this kind of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a lot more of these tokens popping up. So it's an interesting experiment for sure, and it seems to be successful. I mean, look at this from the last few weeks. March 19th, which was just over 2 weeks ago, it's gone from $0.003 and hit a peak just a few days ago of, what's that, 0.059. So yeah, huge increases, and I expect we'll see some more of these things popping up. Definitely something to watch.
Okay. Excellent. Let's move on. We've got STRX as the next token. I'll go to the charts just briefly. And this is the all-time chart, originally launched, 2021. So this has been around for quite a bit. And it peaked, around the same time as the rest of the bull market. It did a second top. Yeah, there we go. So we've got that secondary top around the same time. Okay, so it did follow, the markets overall, and now it's peaking again, just like everything else. So still hasn't reached the all-time highs, but there's that potential for this token. I don't know a lot about this. Have you heard of STRX?
I have not. No, I'm just trying to find out some information now. Yeah, like 2021 is practically ancient compared to most of the coins we review on this channel. But it seems to be Binance based, and their website is tradestrike.io. Web3 tools for the future of financial markets. StrikeX is a blockchain-powered hybrid ecosystem of interoperable centralized finance and decentralized finance solutions, harnessing tokenization technologies for the next generation of financial markets. Okay, so very market-based. There seems to be a StrikeX wallet. All your Web3 needs in one app, crypto made simple. DeFi exchange, a trading platform, and it seems to be a proof of POA. What's that? Proof of something. EVM layer 1 network. So it's a layer 1 by the looks of it.
Okay, here we go. So they've got a buy back and burn mechanism. So about 0.5% of all tokens are sent to BNB to a dedicated buy back and burn wallet, and is used to buy STRX on the open market, which is then burned. There we go. So they do that. So they just buy about 0.5%. And interesting, they've got a 3% sales tax. Meaning that if you're trying to sell your tokens, similar to what NFTs do, right? So it's not really a tax on NFTs. It's more a royalty, but in this case, is if you're trying to sell the token, then we're going to tax you. Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Let's keep looking at this. So
POA is proof of authority. It's EVM compatible, and let's see. Proof of authority. The consensus mechanism known as proof of authority offers benefits such as shorter block times, reduced energy consumption, and greater scope for improved security.
Okay.
So this is another take on the moving away from proof of work. They've obviously gone a different direction to most of the EVM-based chains, which are on proof of stake now.
Yeah,
Unlike
check this
proof
out.
of
So
work.
they're powered by AWS, and they're very proud of that. And Chainalysis is a bit of a controversial company. They seem to be working with governments and try to pinpoint the identity of different wallets and that kind of thing. So essentially, they're trying to build the opposite that the blockchain is trying to build, which is ownership and control of your own finance. And Chainalysis is trying to, give that information to governments and such. So interesting that they working with companies like that. Sorry, go on, Robin.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. Like Chainalysis, I think they have deals with the US government where they help them to freeze certain wallets, because now with stablecoins, and if you've got scammers stealing stablecoins, it's actually possible to freeze those assets on certain wallets. So it's not as decentralized as you might think if you're using stablecoins, that is. It says here, proof of authority networks answer many of the questions posed by earlier proof of work mechanisms. However, unlike proof of work networks, POA does not require validators' expensive mining equipment to solve complex equations to complete transactions. So yeah, it seems to have migrated away from proof of work in a different direction. I don't fully understand how proof of authority works, but it's interesting that it's different to the direction that most other people seem to be taking.
Okay. I'm wondering if this token is also used for transactions on the DEX. That's the thing that I'd like to know. On the website, I love this sentence. So, strike X to deliver utility like no other. At the same time, there's two things there. One, they've got this 3% sales tax. Number two, yes, they do the buyback and burn mechanism. And what else have we got here? So 1.5 of the utility, of the sales automatically send to the STRX BNB liquidity pool. Okay, interesting. So it's not a bad utility. So about 1.5% of every sale, which I'm guessing is out of this 3%. The maths would make sense. Yeah, okay, makes sense. So it's 3% sales tax, and out of this, 0.5 is used to be burned. 1.5 is sent to the liquidity pool, and then 1% is sent to the marketing pool. So, okay, the math makes sense. At the same time, it's not really reflecting on the price. There's a lot of other tokens out there that don't offer this type of utility, and they're doing way better. They already have gone past their all-time highs, and the volumes are looking a lot more attractive. So utility sounds good, math makes sense. Not entirely sure if it's utility like no other, really. Any other comments on your end? What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. They've got this utility built in directly to the exchange, and like they've got that buyback system. Definitely good for investors, and having that kind of deflationary mechanism obviously is helping with the price. My question would be, why is it suddenly spiked? Why now? Because it's only very recently that it's suddenly gone up, and I was trying to find some kind of indication in the news section or any kind of mentions that might have given us an idea about why that's happened. But maybe it could just be sentiment has changed, or there could be another reason for that.
Okay. Well, let's keep an eye out to see, what comes up out of this. So let's look at our final token for the day, which is prop base. Here we go. Prop base. Again, never heard of this. Have you, Robin?
No, this is the first time I've come across prop base as well. I thought that prop base meant it was a base token, but I don't think it is. It looks like it goes back way past that to... Oh no, actually it's not that old, but it's 2023, November 2023. And it seems to be that it's based on... actually, I don't know what blockchain is it on. Is it a layer 1?
Well, here it says Pancake Swap on Aptos. So I'm wondering if it's actually a token within Aptos. So let's find out. Yes. I mean, token price looking quite nice, but again, remember that all things that go up also need to go down. Gravity works on planet Earth, regardless of being in the markets or just out in the park. So let's see what this is all about. So, prop base, welcome to the future of real estate investing. So, right off the bat, I'm starting to think that this is a tokenization of the real estate markets. So, potentially another RWA, so real world asset on the blockchain, and it's built on Aptos. Interesting. First project that I come across that's built on Aptos.
Yeah, 8 to 12% yearly yield, 5 to 6% capital gains, available in 4 regions. So yeah, I guess it seems to be growing, or at least the price action would suggest that.
Yeah, and here we go. We've got fractional ownership. So yeah, it's starting to look like it's a RWA. So peer-to-peer marketplace. Okay, so you can just trade directly with other users. Wondering if that means that there's no KYC needed. Let's
Interesting.
look.
Is this so? This is fractional ownership. So presumably it's a property pool. It's a way of getting exposure to the property market, and you can buy the token, and that has utility wrapped up in this the property owned by the company or by the system, and then you get a rental yield. Every property comes with a guaranteed rental income locked in for a set period of time. I wonder if is the marketplace for properties or is the marketplace for something else? The images would suggest that you can actually buy property through PropBase, or maybe you can buy tokens for a property. Yeah, so maybe it's like a kind of a crowdfunding system, a blockchain-based crowdfunding system for properties, and then when they hit their funding targets, the property actually gets purchased by the, I guess, some kind of prop-based entity.
That is so smart. That is so smart. So basically, if you've got no money to buy a house, set up a blockchain project, tell people that you'll pay them back rental money. People will buy your token, buy your house, and then, I don't know, put it up for rent. But that's pretty much it. Everything's possible on the blockchain, even buying a house without money. So here we go.
Yeah, it's like the fractional ownership schemes that you get here in the UK, except you don't actually get to live in these properties on PropBase. Presumably, you potentially get some rental yield, but you're not actually allowed in them.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you buy 3 or 4 houses and you get the rental yield, I'm guessing that at the end of the day you'll buy your own house. I don't know. But it sounds interesting because it's just just buy houses with other people's money and just rent it up. Interesting. Okay. Um, I must say, actually, I do like this project. I don't know much about it, but just the sound of it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely. It seems to be very new, so I guess they're still testing out their whether the system actually works. Like, questions that I think are as yet unanswered that I'd want to answer is like how many properties do they have? What is the
Mm.
yield actually like, or is it projected yield, or have they actually been paying yield already? And also, um, which markets are they in? I haven't found that information out yet either. But I guess you could probably buy tokens in whatever markets they're active in. If they're buying a property in the US, you could buy some US property and get some exposure to the US property market. Yeah, it's definitely an attractive prospect, certainly. And if you had a bit of cash you wanted to invest in the property market, this could be a good way of doing it. I don't know. Not financial advice, but I would want to find out more information first.
What's really interesting is, at the back of your question of like, I would like to know how many properties or where do they've got them. Product is not live. You
Interesting.
can request a demo and then give us your feedback.
Okay.
Check
So
that
those
out.
yield
So,
numbers are probably just complete guesses. I don't know where they got those numbers from, but yeah.
okay, there we go. Um, so the more you know. Anyways, so
Yeah.
based on that, let's jump into our final review. What tokens to hold, flip, or dump?
Yeah, so this week, well, actually, no, I'll let you go first because it's your decision this week, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. Um, a bit difficult for me. Let me start with. Okay, I'll just go here. Actually, I'll start with the one that I would dump, just to make it a bit easier for me. So I would dump DEGEN. Yes, it's a great idea, and you just reward your community for creating content, and it's a very nice way to engage with people and get them excited. But these things end up dying out, and if we consider this a meme coin, they say specifically they are not a meme coin, but if it were, then again, it's all subject to the trading volume and the how attractive the community sees this. They've got great support from exchanges, but at the same time, a lot of other tokens have great support from centralized exchanges, and they don't do very well. So I would dump DGen. um, Strike has been around for a bit, and they seem like an interesting proposition for anybody that's you know trading on both DeFi and also centralized. So I like the sounds of it, but again, I think they're still very far away from the all-time high. So I would say probably I would just flip Strike X and just because it's the last one, and just purely for speculation purposes, I will hold prop base. They don't have a product apparently, and at the end of the day, something that they are doing is being part of the real world asset tokenization, which I find very interesting. So just for that purpose, and as a bet without a lot of backing, really, just the fact that I already chose my token to hold, sorry, to flip and to dump, I'll hold prop base. So wrapping it up, hold prop base, flip Strike X, and dump DGen. How about you?
Interesting. Yeah. I think would hold prop base as well, controversially, because it's got a market cap of 65, nearly $66 million. So it's not the biggest, but it's also not the smallest. They must have some significant backing. And I also like the real world asset sector, and I think there's a lot of growth potential there. Um, So it's a risky hold, probably one of the riskier holds that we've done on this show, but that's what I'm going for. And then I'd actually flip your decision on the other one. I'm going to dump Strike X because even though it's got the most history and obviously has a lot of technical kudos, it's a layer one, and I'm just not that bullish on other layer ones at the moment. I think that it's just so competitive to try and compete with the likes of Solana, Ethereum, and I don't understand what the StrikeX USB is. So maybe they have got something in there, but right now I don't know what that is. So I'm going to dump StrikeX, and then I'm going to try and flip DEGEN because apparently it's not a meme coin, but it's a coin that pays people for making memes. So it's in the same ballpark. So I'm going to try and ride that wave. I have not had much success with meme coins, but if I was to try and flip this, maybe I'd have more success. I'm probably not going to do that though.
Okay, brilliant. At least we agreed on the token to hold. So thanks for choosing these, and more on this next week.
Yeah, I think we've got to recap maybe next week. It's got to be three sets of tokens we've done now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll do
tune
the
in
recap next
for the
week.
recap. See you then. Thanks for watching.
See ya.